Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm going to go over the lesson with you guys, and then I'm going to show you what you're doing in McGraw-Hill today. So there's a couple different assignments you're going to complete today. First up, don't forget to do your Flipgrid question of the day. Today's is, what is your favorite quarantine snack? Your I can statements for today. Students can determine or clarify the meaning of unknown in multiple meaning words. And students can read and comprehend literary nonfiction text. I have lived 1,000 years. So first off, you're going to do this in McGraw-Hill, and it's going to talk to you guys about multiple meaning words. So we're going to go ahead and first up watch the video here.
I thought she was asking me on a date.
Yeah?
But she was asking me for a date.
I don't get it.
I was eating dates, like the fruit.
Oh, bummer.
Multiple meanings are the worst.
Yeah, that's rough. Sometimes when you read, you'll have trouble understanding the meaning of a word.
Sometimes that's because a word has multiple meanings.
Or maybe you've come across some technical vocabulary. When you come across an unfamiliar word, don't stress.
Just look it up. That's what a dictionary is for, right?
Right. Or maybe you can even check the glossary at the back of your book.
And if a word has multiple meanings?
Look at the context or the rest of the sentence to choose the meaning that fits best. Ask yourself, does this make the most sense in the sentence?
Can I have a date? Pretty tricky.
Not if you're eating a date when someone asks you that. Sorry.
Let's review.
Okay, so to review, when you come across a word that is unfamiliar, you can use a print or digital resource such as an online dictionary or thesaurus to find out more information about the word. Some nonfiction texts also contain a glossary, which is an alphabetical list of terms or words related to a specific subject, covered in a text that includes definitions and explanations. When words have multiple meanings, you can sometimes use context to confirm which meaning fits best. But a dictionary, thesaurus, or glossary can give you the following information about a word. So it can give you the definition, it can give you the part of speech. So is it a noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, or conjunction? The pronunciation, the way the word sounds when said aloud, and the word's origin, meaning where it came from. So after you've read or watched the video, you're going to go on to vocabulary, and you're going to match all of these words to the definition. So we have definition, digital resource, glossary, part of speech, pronunciation, and word origin. So you're going to do the drag and drop, or don't forget, you can also click here, and your options will all pop up. So once you've done the matching, you're going to go over to model. Okay, and this model is what's also going to be used for your assignment with I have lived 1,000 years. So after you do this, there is a reading. You're reading chapters 25 through 27. And then there is a vocabulary activity with 4 definitions. And the same process you're doing in this on McGraw-Hill is the exact same thing you're pretty much going to be doing with McGraw-Hill. With your book. Okay, so directions, review the checklist for word meaning below. Then read the skill model to examine how one student used the checklist to analyze word meaning in cover letter to LucasArts. As you read, identify the question from the checklist the student used for each annotation. In order to find the pronunciation of a word or to determine or clarify its precise meaning or part of speech, do the following. Determine the word's part of speech. Consult general and specialized reference materials, both print and digital, to find the pronunciation of a word or determine or clarify its precise meaning or part of speech. In order to verify the preliminary determination of the meaning of a word or phrase, do the following. Use context clues to make an inference of the word's meaning. Consult a dictionary to verify your preliminary determination of the meaning. And be sure to read all the definitions and then decide which definition makes sense within the context of the text. To determine a word's precise meaning or part of speech, ask the following questions. What is the word describing? How is the word being used in the phrase or sentence? And have I consulted my reference materials? So in Cover Letter to LucasArts, Tim Schafer writes and graphically illustrates a creative cover letter in an attempt to get a job. Being able to determine the meaning of words he uses is key to understanding the author's message. Let's look at how one reader determines the meaning of a key term in the text. So it says, "Good choice," she says. "Here are some jobs you might be interested in," and gives you 3 brochures. Examine brochures. The titles of the 3 brochures are as follows. HAL Computers, we've got a number for you. Yoyodyne Defense Technologies, help us reach our destructive potential. And Lucasfilm Limited, games, games, games. So the note here is that brochures is a noun because there are 3 of them. I see what looks like 3 pieces of paper, and the writer talks about their titles and then opens one up. So a brochure is probably a pamphlet that tells about something. I will check a dictionary. So notice how they have determined the student context to identify the part of speech of the word, brochure, as well as to infer a reasonable meaning. Then she notes to herself to check that inferred meaning in a dictionary. When she uses a digital dictionary, she verifies that she was correct. The word pamphlet is the actual definition of brochure. She also learns how to pronounce the word. The letters CH are pronounced like sh. She continues reading Cover Letter to LucasArts and encounters another word and another opportunity to analyze and verify the meaning of a word. So when you first see this word, you might think it says send, resume, but this word is actually pronounced resume. It says, you get the job, congratulations, you start right away. I know resume is a verb meaning to start again, but that meaning doesn't make sense here. It's used as a noun, and it's something you send to a company to get a job. I'll look it up. Again, the reader uses context to determine the word's part of speech. She can also infer a general idea of the word's meaning, but she can't determine it exactly. When she checks a dictionary, she finds that resume is a multiple meaning word. She locates the meaning that makes sense within the context. As it is used in the text, resume is a noun that comes from French and is pronounced differently, as a French word would be. So resume means a summary of a job application's work experience, education, and skills. By learning this information, the reader comes to a full understanding of the author's message. Okay, so that is the way to model this. And then you guys are going to go on to the your turn. So now you're going to reread paragraphs 1 through 7 of the cover letter, then answer the multiple choice questions that follow. Okay, so they give you a definition for the word ideal, and then there are 2 questions here. When you're done with this assignment, you're going to go back to Google Classroom, and you're going to work on the vocabulary assignment that goes along with I have lived 1,000 years. So there are 4 words from chapters 25 through 27. In your grids, you're going to first write down or type the sentence that the word comes from. So the first word on there is, you might think it's the word invalid, but it's actually pronounced invalid. So it is a multiple meaning word. So you're going to make a guess or an educated guess on what you think the word means. And then ultimately, you're going to look up the word in an online dictionary. If you have a dictionary at home, that's perfectly fine too. But then you're going to choose the definition that best fits that context. Okay, and you're going to do that for all 4 words in the assignment. Okay, if you have any questions, please send me an email. Hope you guys have a great day, and thank you for watching this video.